Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Ninja Derpify, and welcome back to Gnomoria. So, what's going to be happening? Well, first of all, there's been an update which has been more of a bug fixing and problem fixing as opposed to adding. Actually, we can see one of the things that have been added back in, rain. So, rain has been out of the game for a little while because it's been causing issues with, I don't know, lag or something. So the developer's been trying to fix up rain, and it looks like it's really not harming my frame rate or anything like that. So the game is going really nicely with rain now. So that's really nice to see back in. We've also got things like just miscellaneous fixes here and there. Things like there was a problem where the bodies of dead people weren't when armor was being taken off them. It wasn't updating, so it looked like they still had the armor on or something of that nature. I'm not 100% sure, but there was some problems with obviously the game. It is in alpha, as I say, like every episode. So there's a bunch of fixes that you probably might not notice at first, but that's why they're amazing fixes, because you won't realize that there is any problems. But again, amazing updates. Thank you again to the developer. You are amazing. So we've got our beds being placed into the hospital. I'm actually wondering, do we actually have beds here? No, we've only got torches and things like that. So do we have enough beds lined up? We got 5 beds, exactly what we need. Now the crates in there, ready to be done. Where are those crates? Those crates are going to come up to here into this block section, because that is getting really congested. We can see the workshop is actually red. It's not working at the moment because it is so full with things. The milk is going crazy. We do need more barrels. So right after that happens with all of these beds, we're going to get more barrels placed. Probably about that number, maybe 6 or something, that do have to get placed in there. Our food stockpiles are going really nicely. Our food has come down to 1,396. So we could get some agriculture going with just some foraging on some of these plants here. Oh, okay, so there's a new feature. There's a new feature of the update. It actually tells you how large the area you're choosing is. So we can see 7 by 6. We can make it smaller and it'll go to 6 by 6. That is really handy for knowing the size of some of the things you're making without actually having to stop and count like a person with a brain that goes calculator 1 2. That would never happen in someone's. Wait a minute. Okay, so there is a ramp here, but no, that's completely fine because there's no ramp on the other side. People can't actually access that from the inside. I mean, from the outside in. So the rain is happening on our wonderful plants. We've got this piece of cotton here. Now that's just in the way at the moment. So let's go ahead and forage that. We'll forage that out, and it's going to get replaced with some of the farming, so it looks not as silly. I think some of the things do look silly here, like the Great Hall. It's not super silly, but like it's like, whoa, crazy, and then it's got a little bar here, and that's sort of just like, well, no one's at the bar, no one's really drinking, everyone's just sitting down, they're having a good time, speaking with each other about, yak bones. I think that's the leather worker right there. The kitchen is right there. For some reason, the butcher shop is full. It's completely full of bones and skulls and meat as well. So I guess we need a stockpile for meat. Now, I think this would be. Okay, this is going to be what's going to happen. Oh, does all meat come into this stockpile right here? Let's see. I mean, all types of foods. Okay, foods, fruit, egg. Okay, so meat does not go in here. But I don't think we want meat going there, simply because the kitchen is here. The wheat here is for bread and the sandwiches that people are making. So I think maybe if we mine out a little bit of this section, we will be able to place a stockpile here. We're actually going to increase the size of this area here as well. And we've got to make sure that we don't have any little breaks in the line. So if I was to mine out this block right here, people could actually access and get in through here. So you have to be really careful. The way the game is set up right now, people can walk through those types of spaces, even though it's really small, and you're probably thinking, you have to suck up like all of the gnome fat, and the sun has risen. You'd have to suck up all the gnome and the goblin fat to try and get through that space, but it is possible. So we do have to watch out. We should just mine out that for no real reason, just to do it. So there's no access up here. That's good. The only access is basically out here. So if a goblin's coming in, he's coming in from here. So we basically reduce the size where attacks are going to happen. So they're basically going to happen either here or they're going to happen along here. So no matter what, if the soldiers are here, none of our gnomes are going to be actually too distraught and caught out. There's actually some more. So there's just a few more apples there. I'm going to grab. I don't know if they're on the rest of the map. What's that situation? I don't at this point, I'm not that worried about sending out a really big search party, because look at all the... I already have foraged a ton, and there is still reserves of like the strawberries here, and whoa, look at that, we can see the water through this land here. So if we scroll down, wow, that is... Oh, is that clay? We should start working on clay. I don't know, that might be something we can do. But I also have to get started on my castle, because that's something that I do want to do. And oh my god, look at all this wood and all this food that I've cut down here. The castle is going to be... I think it's just going to be above the actual inside of the Grizzly Inkling, so up here. So I think we'll change our view, and we'll zoom in, and we actually just want to make a flat area. This is going to be a bit difficult because we do have to clear out like so much of this area up here, and I don't know if I'm going to do it all in one go, because actually it's going to tie up the miners. So right now we're cutting out a lot of these layers, and the miners are going to be doing a lot of work for us. Actually, dirt actually gets done really quickly, as opposed to the stones and things like that. We can see Windborb absolutely chews through the dirt like he is some sort of earthworm. I don't know if I've ever seen an earthworm with a hat on, but I definitely haven't, because I don't actually see earthworms on a regular basis, but that's the point. You'll never know if they have hats on. They could be wearing hats, they could be wearing like little milk dispenser hats that have like milk containers on either side of their head. You know those, it's usually for beer, and they've got those, what are those hats? They're helmets, they're like helmets. And a yak is born. The butcher, why is this? Okay, we need the priority of these bones, this bone stockpile to go up. It's only a priority 4, let's move it up to 1, and hopefully someone's going to get on that and start moving those over, because we need to keep killing these yaks. It's a sad affair, but it has to happen. With the grass not growing here, I think we're going to actually extend that, because we're going to have so many yaks that we want to make sure that we're not like going completely insane with things just running everywhere and lagging up the game, because that can happen in the state that it is now. So we're going to go ahead and build floor. It's going to be a dirt clump. We've got 2,300 pieces of dirt, which is just completely insane, but it kind of makes sense because we have been digging quite a lot of stuff, and that number's just going to keep growing as we're cutting out this area for the castle. Now, I think the castle is going to feature a lot more lapis than bauxite, because bauxite sort of feels like the regular, you know, we have so much of it. So let's check out on our lapis actual stock. So we go to stone. We have 1,000 raw lapis lazuli, 1,200. Okay, so basalt, I think, is that darker or is that granite? Let's go down. Okay, so basalt, yes, is this darker one. It's basically black. And then granite is, what is granite? I haven't actually seen down here for quite a while. Okay, so we can see that, wait a minute, that's all basalt. Oh, so the darker, I mean the lighter variation of basalt is granite? Okay, sweet, sweet. So what is actually the worth of, we can't find the worth of just a stone wall. We're going to cut this out, that's going to be great. Because copper is going to be used for our actual armors and things and our weapons for quite a little bit, until we get down to the lower layers. But I do actually want to start turning off. Ooh, what depth are we on now? Oh, 7. Okay, so I'm -7. Now, I don't think I need this layer terribly much, because of what I have said in a previous episode, where I can just, let's go ahead and make this soil, or should we make it stone? Wait, no, that's logs. I didn't know we could actually make log walls. We'll just make it, I don't know, bauxite, because we do have so much of that. We're going to block off some of these areas, just in case some nasty stuff does start to spawn in here. Completely block that off, in fact. Every single area of this layer. Now this layer, this is only 8. We want to be down at least 10, so I'm going to block off like this. Ooh. See, the thing is, people are actually going in here and picking up things, and that's the thing can happen when I might lock someone in, which is really bad, because that's just like kind of difficult to find out. I'm gonna watch some of the messages a lot more carefully. So if someone, I don't know, is thirsty, or they fall over, or they pass out, I need to find them. Oh my god, look at those emeralds! They look like crazy platonic, crazy nuclear stuff. I think this is tin right here, so we're going to go ahead and mine that out as well. Now, tin's going to be used for our value increasing items, because the wonderful viewers have said that the value of tin is much greater than copper, and it is not as great as tin. I mean, tin is not as great as copper for things like weapons and armor and things like that. So it's not the best material for creating things that are going to be like bashed up against. Now this is actually a lapis wall. I think that's got some, yeah, that has got some sapphire in it. Now what's this? Is this just regular coal? That's regular coal. Yak has been born. Now let's see this priority up the top here. Okay, so no. Bones, this stockpile should be for bones. Goods. Okay, body parts. It takes bones. Okay, let's take skulls. We don't need limbs. We don't need corpses either because the actual yaks get cut up. Now all of these beds are sitting here. They should be getting moved. For some reason it's really, really full. So I think we should go down and actually make use of the torches and go to these less lit up areas. And let's go to build, and we're going to go to wonderful furniture. And then we're going to create the torch. It really doesn't matter which torch. I do not care which torches I'm making. Now this is level 8. So I'm not going to light up the whole area, I'm just going to light up this general entrance and maybe this little area. And then the rest of it's going to get blocked off because I'm not... Oh, there's some more copper in here. Wonderful, wonderful copper. Now the game is going, well, a little bit crazy because I do have so much stuff going on, especially with that castle starting to get dug out now. But we can always manage because we're amazing troopers. We're going to go ahead and create some dirt clumps here, or some dirt walls, and just wall that off. All these areas need to get walled off. The builders are probably going completely insane because I've set so many tasks for them. We're going to go further down. We actually need a torch in here. Let's go ahead and get that. Oh, there's actually a pillar. That's a new item. There's a new pillar. Oh my god, we're going to find out what that looks like in just one moment. So down here, we're definitely going to want to light up the areas that actually have stuff that we want. Now I can see there's a bit of a transit issue here, so I'm just going to mine out this area here. So people aren't going like, whoa, crazy loop-de-loop on the roller coaster of life, trying to get like completely screwed up, you know, in their sort of eating and I don't know, eating and drinking behaviors. Would that even happen? So we're going to mine across here because there is so much copper down here, which is just amazing to see. This is the 10th or minus 10 layer. So if you want copper, come down to minus 10. Even minus 8 is really good. And we're actually going to want to move down again one layer. Now we got some tin. I think that's tin in there. Is that tin, or that might be silver? I don't know. It's not telling me what it is. Right, it is tin. Okay, fantastic. There's actually water down here. No, there isn't water. There are some amazing things. There are some amazing. Now if I use it's E key. Look at this. Look at some of the things that are being created in our world. Isn't that incredible? These are caverns and caves and just large drop-offs in the world. Now this is getting quite dark. But that's kind of what you expect for an underground situation. But this is just amazing. Oh my god, there's a battle. There's a battle. Oh, okay, turn that back on. Scroll up, scroll up. Goblin has been spotted. Where? I cannot see him. Oh my god, is he going to be somewhere that's not really... Wait, we can just click on it. Okay, we can just click on this little button. No, click on the button. Here we go. Click on the button. The goblin is somewhere up here. Okay, so someone that was digging out all this stuff actually saw him. Now, is it going to pause again if I just quickly go again? Someone's run up. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at that goblin. Oh my god, he's fully outfitted. He's fully outfitted. We have to click attack. Everyone has to come right now. This is a serious emergency. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. The rain is falling. Yes, we've got everyone. The goblin! The goblin's head! The goblin's head just got absolutely torn off. I can't believe it. My guys are getting so much better at battle. That is just so amazing. I feel so much more confident and happy that we're not getting destroyed every single time, because we have this system here which was definitely helped along by the viewers that helped. If you have any suggestions on anything that could be improved, I really do enjoy reading every single comment and replying back to almost everyone, because I've said this before, but if you write back something like, this was amazing, sometimes, you know, when I'm going through, you know, 10s of 20s, 30s of comments, and I just start saying, yeah, you're amazing as well. Don't think that you're not amazing if I don't reply back. You are amazing. I have read it. I really do appreciate every single thing that people write on my videos. Thumbsing up really helps a lot, but you guys already know that. And basically, there's a lot of comments, so it's getting more and more difficult for me to write back to every single one. So the most important ones that need feedback, people that are saying, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Maybe you could do this. I say, okay, I'm thinking about that. Let's maybe we could improve this somehow. You know, I'm just doing things like interacting with you guys because that is amazing. It's one of the great parts of this game. People getting named, people just wanting goblins' heads to be chopped off. We do have corpses sitting here. I want to go see if these bones are actually being moved. The bones are still not being moved. Maybe we should put the butcher shop. Okay, we'll put the butcher priority up. So the efficiency is just nothing at the moment. So maybe, I don't know, maybe the haulers. This is Gen Wangler. I can already tell her because she's the rancher and she's wonderful. I think Oak actually got changed over to Pine in the recent update. So it's just a bit of a name change, which isn't too big of a deal. You can still tell which one it is. And the beds are still sitting here. The hospital should be priority 1. The hospital is priority 1. Beds 0 out of 2. Oh, so this giant area can only take 2 beds. That's the problem here. Well, if I extend that, okay, let's find this out. If I extend that, can I actually fit more beds? So I'll extend that by 12 blocks. Can more beds fit in here? Hospital. Whoa. Did some crazy clicking there. No, so... Okay, so hospitals can't be a gigantic area, I assume. So we're going to quickly remove that, and we're going to replace it with a much smaller area. So we'll go hospital, and then we'll do a 3x6 area. And then we'll do another 3x6, and then it's going to be beds. Hospital, I keep spelling it that way. Hospital 2 is going to go up to priority 1, of course. Actually, wait a minute. Okay, no, I don't think I've done anything wrong. Let me just rename this one back to Hospital 1. 1 priority is going to go up. Now let's see if people actually do place beds in. We're going to have to go ahead and place these beds. Now these pillars, I'm going to do that in just a second. So we're going to build any type of bed and it's going to go in the middle, left and right. So there's plenty of room for anything that needs to happen and any future additions that might come to the hospital, because I assume there's going to be some equipment, some surgical equipment. Maybe there's some stuff that's going to be able to help guys out, like painkillers. I have no idea. That's really interesting. Oh my god, I just got a really, really good feeling about this game and some of the development that's going to take place. So here we go. Inside of Furnish, there is a new thing called a pillar. So you actually have to create a pillar. I'm going to assume that's created out of stone. So if we come over to our stone carver, yes, we can make a pillar. Now let's go ahead and create one just to see what it is. Someone should run over to that fairly quickly. We say, who is this? Who is this amazing man? Raiden the farmer? He has a top hat as well. He's not in line with Winball, but he's probably a second best man. Raiden's always a good dude, especially in Mortal Kombat. He can do crazy electrifying skills. I've actually got some hide out here that's been broken off. Some of our armors and things like that. We should be checking actually on some of our stocks and to see if we'll go to items. To see if any of the metals, so we've got lots of ores and no bars. We need to get that forge production up in terms of priority. It's going to come up to about 2. It's fairly important. We do need things like armors and stuff being made. There's actually a whole bunch of stuff like copper swords, hammers, and a whole bunch of shields here. Let me just check up. Okay, so Tyzilla, why don't you actually have... oh, you've got a great sword. Okay, so Tyzilla's got a great sword. Everyone that needs a shield actually has a shield. Let's check out the guys that are training right now. So we go to... Whoa, that's real... Ooh, Hero. Whoa. Hero falls asleep. He got stuck. See, she got stuck. Now, if we mine her out, she's going to be absolutely fine. Once she wakes up, or someone's going to mine her out, actually. She doesn't actually have to do it herself. But that's good that we're catching on to these things earlier. We don't need people suffering down in the mines. That is an awful thing, and it's just not going to happen anymore. So we can see the area for the castle. It should actually be just a little... Oh my god, we've actually found Sapphire all the way up in what? This plus 10, the layer? That's incredible. Sapphires must be probably the easiest to find gem. Now we're actually going to make the layer up that size as well. I'm just doing a rough estimate because we do have to take out the walls and things like that. Along with all of this. So do I have to take out that? No, I don't have to take out that line there. But we do have to take out the floors, so we can see all the floors here. Well, the game is pooping up. We do have to go to terrain, and we've got to go to dig, or we could just go to remove floor. Okay, we just go to remove floor. get this gigantic section. I wonder if we can't actually choose the floor until the wall is actually removed. We're gonna have to cut down some of these trees. We see the water falling there just to the right of me. Okay, so let's get that area. We're gonna have to remove those trees very shortly. So the game is absolutely hating my guts right now. It is running really poorly, but I think maybe there might be too many yaks. Windbulb cancels the job. He can't find the path. Windbulb's right here, so he cannot find the... I know this is Windbulb, but he can't find the path up to somewhere else. Okay, so the game's going crazy. It's like really terrible. Let's check up on our population. I have to like double click everything. So 6 idle people. That's not too bad. I think we may in fact need some of these yaks gone, because once you have too much stuff happening, but see the stockpile still hasn't taken the bones. So there's a hell of a lot of yaks. I think the majority of them are females, which is the good ratio that we want to keep. But regardless of that fact, we have too many, and it's going to start really making us start to not be able to play the game, which is unfortunate. We just want to make sure that some things are getting done, and there's not too much idle people. I mean, there is 6 right now, so what are those people? Can we... I mean, we've got one other person here, but most of them are sleeping. See this? Look, everyone... We've got a whole bunch of soldiers sleeping, so it's certainly not that. We do have... Oh my god, look at this. Okay, I admit, the yak problem has gotten really out of hand. They're in the bedrooms now, like trampling around, making lots of noise, and... Oh my god, someone has probably gotten a wet blanket, just complete full of yak piss. And that's just awful. That's like the most bastard thing that a yak could ever do, apart from gambling in Windbulb's room with like a whole bunch of weed guys, hobos that they've just picked up. Maybe some goblins are friendly and they're like hobo dudes and they're just like, oh, just please give me stuff. And I'm like, well, no, you should have thought about your life decisions before you actually started doing whatever you started doing. So with the game running like a caterpillar, this episode is going to end. It'll come back. I can assure you it's going to come back just as normal. I just have to get some of the things that are going on right now sorted out, because we've got a lot of mining upstairs, we've got a lot of mining downstairs as well, and this castle up here really isn't going to dig itself, so we need to get this problem fixed up. I want to thank all of you guys for watching. If you want your gnome named, as always, leave it in the comments. If you enjoyed the episode, it really helps me and the channel out if you give it a like and maybe a favorite, but it's completely up to you. You actually have to enjoy. I really want to stress this: if you do enjoy this stuff, liking is really important, because it just helps me gauge, you know, should I keep doing this, should I keep doing that, should I change anything, what do you guys want in terms of this? And comments are also great. Comments are still amazing. We can see a pillar right here, and on that episode, the ultimate pillar episode, goodbye.